Hello children, today we are going to start your chapter 2 Windows 7. I hope you have understood the chapter 1 number system very well and practice the numericals also. We will start Windows 7 chapter where you will learn about the various features of Windows 7. First of all, we'll see Windows has simplified the task of managing data in a computer. The data in a computer is organized in the form of files and folders. Even when you open computer, you can see various kind of files and folders are available there. Whenever you do double click on either file or folder, that opens. Now in Windows, you can locate your files and folder either in document folder or in Windows Explorer. Documents folder is more convenient for viewing a folder or a window at a time. What is Windows Explorer? Window Explorer is used for viewing, exploring, organizing files in a computer. It enables you to display directory structure that includes drives, folders and files. That means Window Explorer is kind of a window which helps you to view, to explore and to organize the files in the computer. Even it displays the structure of the drives, folders and files in a proper way. Let me show you how to open Windows Explorer. As you can see the steps here, either you do right click on the start button, then select Windows Explorer. Let me show you how. Do right click on the start button. You can see the option Windows Explorer. Let me show you how to open with the first step. Right click on the start button. There is an option called Open Windows Explorer. You can open in this way also, or you can go to the start button, then all programs, accessories, and there is an option called Windows Explorer. This way you can open Windows Explorer. Now, here is a description of the Window Explorer. The window of a Window Explorer is divided into two panes, the left and right. The left pane is also known as the right pane. The left pane is known as the tree pane and the right pane is known as content pane. Now what is left pane? The left pane displays the disk drives and folders in a hierarchical order. Let me explain you how. As you can see, here in the left side, there are two sides. The one is this one and another is the right side. On the left side, you can see the drives like C drive, E drive and D drive. And on the right side, whatever I have selected on the left side, as I have selected the libraries folder, what kind of folders it contains, it is shown on the right side, like documents, music, pictures and videos. So if I click on the C drive, you can see the right pane content changes. As ever, whatever I'll click, either if I click on the music folder, the right pane shows the contents of that particular folder or the drive which I select on the left side. So, the right pane displays the contents of the drive folder that is selected in the left pane. The same I have explained you. The right pane displays the contents of the drive folder, whatever you have selected in the left pane. Now, you can see there you will find these two kind of symbols placed before the disk drive or the folder name. Now what is this symbol does? This white sign indicates a folder contains subfolders, and clicking on this sign will display the subfolders inside the folder. And this, when you click on this symbol, it opens the subfolders, but this sign also changes to black sign. This process is called expanding, because you are expanding that drive to show the contents or the subfolders in that particular folder. And if you click the black sign again, the expanded subfolders collapse back. Let me explain you with this example. Here, as you can see, white triangles are there and the black. If I clicked on the libraries folders, it is coming with black sign, because on the right side it is showing the different folders. Now wherever if I click, you can see the white triangles. That means inside this folder there are more subfolders in that. And if I click on the music folder, there is one folder. Now if you see, when I clicked back to the black arrow, it collapsed. Whatever folders it was containing, like libraries folder was containing, music folder, documents folder, that all is collapsed. If I again click on the white arrow, it shows you the different options. If I click on the white arrow in front of documents, it shows the further subfolders in that. So when you click on the black arrow again, it again collapses. So this way you can open the subfolders by clicking on the arrows, black arrows or white arrows or triangles to see the folders and subfolders, or you can use the right pane side to see the videos and to see the folders and subfolders. Now, viewing files and folders. Windows provide many ways to arrange and identify your files while you are viewing them. The information can be viewed in different modes. Clicking the drop-down arrow with this sign on more option located on the toolbar. I'll show you this with an example again. As you can see, I opened the pictures folder. When I do double click, these are the pictures here. Now, if you see this symbol, this symbol is used to view the pictures in different ways. See, it is a list called medium icons, called small icons, or you can see the large icons. So there is one more button called extra large. So this way it is showing you the different views of the same file. So if you open the list, it will give you only the name, and if you see the details view give the dates when it comes, what is the size and what is the rating. So this way you can see the files in various ways. There are 7 to 8 views: extra large icons, medium icons, small icons, list, details, styles, content. Let us see their definition one by one. Extra large and large icons. This display gigantic and large icons of the files and folders. These two can be very useful when working with images and video files. As you see in the example which I have showed you now, the extra large or large icons coming with the small preview of the image. So it is useful in while working with images. Medium icons. It displays the files and folders as medium sized icons. Small icons. It displays your file and folders as small icons without a preview its contents. That means only not the preview of the picture comes, it gives you only the icon of the file. Now the next one is list view. The list view displays the contents as a list of files. This view is useful if your folder contains many files and you want to scan the list for a file name. Details. Details view provides you the detailed information about your files and folders like your type, size, name, etc. Tiles. It displays files and folders as medium-sized icons. As you can see it in the figure also, this to figure 2.4 shows a tiles view. Content. It displays each file and folder on a separate row along with their detailed information like date, modified, size, etc. Now the next is working with control panel. Control panel is a system folder using which we can make changes in the appearance and current settings of the windows. The way you do your settings in your mobile phone in settings folder or settings option, same way for the computers or the laptops, there is a control panel folder through which you can do any kind of changes or current settings of the windows. These settings include appearance and personalization of the desktop, like you always change themes, etc. So this appearance and personalization option you can use. Hardware and software setup, system and security, networking and internet, user accounts and family safety, setting clock, language and region. All these are the different options available in the control panel to change the settings of that particular area. These settings control nearly everything regarding Windows looks and works. They allow you to set up Windows the way you want. So you can open control panel in two ways. The start button, select the control panel option, or you do double click the computer icon on the desktop, click the open control panel button located on the toolbar. Let me show you how to open control panel using start button. Go to the start button and there is an option called control panel. Do click and you will see the various options available there like this to change the settings of the windows. Next is changing date and time. This option allows you to change the computer's date and time. To change date and time, there are different steps. To change the date, click on Change Date and Time tab. The date and time settings dialogs appear. Let me show you through the experiment. In this, go to the clock option and you can see the date and time option here. Click on Set the date and time. This dialog box appears and click on Change Date and Time. You will see the calendar here. As the today is 25th April, you can select the date and here you can change the timings by selecting either minutes or seconds or hours. So this way you can change it. Click OK. OK. And your date and time will be changed. Next is About phones. Phones are used in typing the text. As you can see in MS Word, when you change the different styles of the writing, that all are called fonts like Times New Roman, Arial, all these are different fonts available in the Windows. So font settings are also used to change the display of the text on the screen and the printed text. You can use font settings in the control panel to view and add new fonts, delete existing font this way. So whenever you want to add a new font, you follow the given procedure. Select the drive and then open the folder that contains the new fonts. Select the font, copy it or drag it to the fonts folder in control panel. So font will be added in the list of existing fonts. That means for example, if you downloaded a font from the Google and you want to add it into the Windows, you copy that font file and paste it in the control panel in fonts folder. So this way the font will be added. The next topic is my mouse is not working. Assume your mouse doesn't work and it stops working, so all the troubleshooting skills are of no help. So what will you do? You can use your keyboard as your mouse. So what are the steps to use it? Click on the Ease of Access Center category from the control panel window. Make the mouse easier to use option, click the and activate the checkbox, turn on mouse key as you can see it in the figure. With the numeric lock is off mode, you can use numeric keypad for mouse functions. Click OK. You can follow the steps to whenever your mouse stops working, so you can use a keyboard numlock pad as your mouse keys. The next is using on-screen keyboard. Now let us consider the reverse scenario. The keyboard has stopped working but the mouse is working. In the previous topic we studied the mouse stopped working but through keyboard we can use the keys as a mouse. But what if it is reversed? Windows has an on-screen keyboard option which can be operated with a mouse. So how can you get that? Click the start button, all programs, accessories, ease of access and click on screen keyboard option. Let me show you how. Go to the start button, all programs, accessories, ease of access and you will see the option here on screen keyboard. When you click this, an on screen keyboard appears. This way you can see this on-screen keyboard. Wherever you will click, the text appears on the software. Either you open the notepad or MS Word. So this way you can use it. The next is changing the mouse settings. You can customize your mouse settings in various ways, such as changing the appearance of mouse pointer, changing the functions of your mouse buttons, or altering the scroll speed of the mouse wheel. Whatever the settings related to the mouse you want to do, you can do it in the mouse option in the control panel dialog box. Using the mouse property dialog box, you can change its mouse pointer shapes, speed, etc. from this option. I'll suggest you not to do or practice at home with your mouse settings because as your father is also working on the same computer, this will be difficult for your father to do work. So I'll suggest you just understand the concept, not to try at home also. What is your next topic? The next topic is avoid pressing two keys together. Sorry, the topic is why to double click the mouse. Windows has a feature to replace double click with single click. As you know, whenever you do to open any file or folder, you always do double click. But this you can do with a single click also. But it will make you trouble if you do so, because some features have single click options and some have double click. And if you choose single click for everything while selecting the file, you will not be able to do so. So just understand the concept how to do so. Click the start button, open control panel, click the folder options, activate single click to open an item option under click items as follows. Click OK. This way you can change the settings of the double clicking mouse. The next topic is avoid pressing two keys together. You must have noticed whenever you want to do Control plus C or Control plus V to paste, copy and paste, you have to hold down the Control key. So if you want to avoid pressing Control key, and you can do this with this feature. Pressing two keys together, sometimes we have to press three keys together is a problem. Either two keys or three keys pressing together is sometimes a problem. Windows offers us a way out through the facility of sticky keys, where we can press the combination keys one by one. That means by selecting the option sticky keys, you can click once on Control key and release the finger and then press C. It will working as Control plus C together. So you can do it one by one pressing the single key. Follow the steps to activate this feature from Windows. Select Start, Control Panel, Ease of Access Center. Select Make the keyboard easier to use option. Activate the Turn on sticky keys by clicking the checkbox. Click OK. So this way, anytime you want to press two or three keys together, you can use it with single pressing the key. Once you click the single key, then another, then the third one. This way you can use this feature. The next is put your computer in sleep mode. Sleep is a power saving state that allows a computer to quickly resume full power operation when you start working again. It puts your work and settings in memory and draws a small amount of power. Follow these steps to put your computer in sleep mode. Select Start Control Panel. Click on Power Options category. Select the Power Saver option. Sleep mode will become active. To make further changes, click on Change Plan Settings option and select the required settings as per your need. I'll give you one example. Suppose if you're working on a computer and you want to come back after 20 to 25 minutes, but you do not want to shut down your computer as you have to open everything again. So you can use the sleep power option for your computer. This will help you to reduce the consuming power, and it will save all your work before shutting down. It is not a proper shutdown, but it is kind of a shutdown that so that your power electricity is also reduced and all your work is saved in the memory. The next is hibernation is a state in which a computer shuts down to save power but first saves everything in the memory on hard disk. When you restart the computer, your desktop is restored exactly as you left it. This is another option you can use to put your computer in the hibernation mode. The next is points at a glance. This is all your summary of the chapter. You can read and understand. We'll do the exercise in the next PDF. We'll send you on your Snap Homework app. Thank you.